What's up, guys? I'm Isaac.
Hey guys, it's Sarah.
John Riley here.
I am so stoked to be sharing this passage.
I wanted to share this week a little bit about the baptism of Jesus.
It's the baptism of Jesus. And so it's I think it's a really, really interesting passage because it seems like you're like, wait, Jesus is God. Like, why would he need to be baptized? And so growing up, I always thought it was kind of a confusing passage, but as I've gotten older, I've started to realize its importance. And so
Matthew 3:13 through 17 says,
Then Jesus came from Galilee to the Jordan to be baptized by John the Baptist.
John would have prevented him, saying, I need to be baptized by you, and do you come to me?
Jesus replied, Let it be now so. It is proper for us to do this to fulfill all righteousness.
Then he consented. And when Jesus was baptized, immediately he went up from the water, and behold, the heavens were opened to him, and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and coming to rest on him.
And a voice from heaven saying, This is my Son, whom I love. With him I am well pleased.
I think that's such a beautiful passage in the Bible and a beautiful example for us to follow of Jesus, our Savior, who didn't need to prove his, loyalty to God. Yet he wanted to be baptized by John, who is a human like us, and it just shows that Jesus, who is altogether holy and God, wanted to express his devotion to God through baptism, and I think it's a beautiful example for us to follow.
What I love so much about this passage is the example that Jesus sets for us to follow. Here at Emmanuel Faith, we talk so much about living like Jesus and following his example. One of the best ways that we can do that is to literally do the things that he did. So with his baptism, he set an example of, hey, this is my submission to the will of the Father. And whatever he wants me to do, I'm gonna do. And I'm with him and he is with me.
I was baptized as a baby in the Lutheran church where I grew up, and I know that's kind of an unconventional way that we learn of baptism now, but I believe that baptism is another way of expressing our loyalty and obedience to God. It's our way of saying, God, I love you, I'm committed to you, I want to live my life to serve you and glorify you. And what I love about this passage about Jesus' baptism is that God opened up the heavens, and after Jesus was baptized, he said, This is my Son, with whom I'm well pleased, who I love. And I think God is well pleased with us and loves us no matter what. But when he witnesses our expression of obedience to him, God, we love you, this is our way of glorifying you and honoring you, it's just another way to please him, which I think is a beautiful expression. So I encourage you guys to think and pray about being baptized, and to really make that decision only for God and not out of pressure by your peers or anyone else, but because you truly love and want to obey and honor God. So it's my encouragement to you guys.
And so when you guys are getting baptized, you're making that same proclamation that, I am with God, I'm for what he is for, and whatever he wants me to do, I'm going to submit myself to that will. So I think back onto my days back in junior high when I got baptized, and I just thought it was a really cool thing to do. Like, I had always thought, like what's the point in getting baptized? Like I'm just kind of, going up in the water, you're going down the water and then coming back out and people clap, and I'm like, what's the point in that? But the point in that is, and I learned it through my time in junior high, is that you're making that same proclamation that Jesus made, that, I'm with God, and what he has planned for my life, I'm going to submit myself to the will of that, and I'm going to make it public in front of all these people. When Jesus was baptized, odds are there was a large crowd of people around, and they were watching him, and so when Jesus was baptized, he was making a public statement to a lot of different people that he was submitting himself to the will of the Father. And so when I was baptized, I learned that I was doing the same thing, that the people who I was standing in front of, family, friends, and the rest of my church community, I was telling them, hey, like, I'm with God. I'm submitting myself to the will of Him, and God is also with me as well. So that's my encouragement to you guys as you guys continue to better understand this idea of baptism and what it symbolizes and what it means for our lives. So yeah, that's my encouragement to you guys.
I just want to point out that this is the one time when someone gets baptized and the heavens open. And the purpose of that is because this is when God announces, hey, everybody, that guy down there, Jesus, he's with me. And that's why it was so important that the heavens open and that God make that announcement so that we would have absolute certainty that Jesus is who he says he is. Baptism represents something. It's symbolic. When Jesus got baptized, the heavens opened and God said, he's with me. When we get baptized, we are still telling the people around us, hey, I'm with him. It represents Jesus' death and burial, and then resurrection. You go down into the water, you're covered over, and then you come back up. It isn't what actually saves us. Some people, some religions make the mistake of believing that you have to be baptized in order to be saved. And that's not the case at all. Instead, we choose to get baptized to let people know that we're with him. This one act of getting dunked in water, signifying that we are with, following, trusting, in line with the death and resurrection of our Savior. Which is why if you're getting baptized, it's important to let people know. Invite your family and friends and have them witness it, especially the people of the church, which is why we do baptisms in church services. This video is going out on a Sunday when there is a baptism service at the church, and then the next one you'll have an opportunity to participate in that I know for sure will be happening this summer. We had to cancel it last summer because of COVID, but I'm certain, as certain as I can be, that we will have baptisms out on the field in the month of August of 2021. Prayerfully, Lord willing, I hope. And so students, that would be a really good time for you to take a step of faith and trust the Lord, letting everybody know that you're with him.